HitWizard, and we are here together in a more broader perspective to talk about predictive analysis, deep learning, machine learning, artificial intelligence. There's a lot of words for the same thing, like doing stuff with computers, things humans would normally do. So, let me tell you about HitWizard. First, myself, I'm Art Boer. I work for Goldman Wildbeest and Wunderlieb, which is a tech agency based in Groningen, which is about 2 hours up north in the Netherlands, but also has offices in Amsterdam. And we asked ourselves, is this a hit? Well, obviously this is Dua Lipa, and obviously this is a hit. Is there somebody who doesn't agree with the fact that this is a hit? Oh, we all know that. Right, so there's no question here, but there's loads of people outside at Amsterdam Dance Event walking around with badges like these and pockets full of USB sticks or whatever, or emails or laptops, trying to sell their music to other people, trying to be maybe as big as Martin Garrix or somebody else, and we don't know if they will ever become or have a hit or something. And it's up to humans right now. We try to do research and see how much of that work we could do with a computer. So first, before you want to do that with a computer or with an algorithm, you have to see for yourself what makes a hit. Is it the frequencies of a song? Is it the cultural aspects of a song? Is it how many tweets a song has? Is it how many times it is on radio? What we tried to do is we looked for data we could use to put in a model and to identify hits. And then again, I use the word hits for many times right now, but what is a hit? What we chose to use as a hit is whether or not a track is featured in the Spotify Top 200, in our case in the Netherlands. And that's HitWizard. It's an algorithm that predicts whether or not a certain song is going to be in the Spotify Top 200 next week. So what kind of data did we use? First off, we use data from the Spotify API. I don't know if you're familiar with the word API, but it's access to the database from Spotify where you can get all kinds of meta information about a song. And there's a certain corner in that API which is called the Spotify Audio Features. And everybody could go there if you want to, because it gives you very interesting information about a track. Like the tempo, how many beats per minute a song has, the energy of a song, the speechiness, the liveness even of a song, how live it is it a very studio song, is it a very live song, even a value like valence, which is a full 1 if it's a very happy song, which is a -1 when it's a really sad song. Maybe it's interesting for you if you have any music to see how Spotify identifies your music. But we did this for all the tracks we put into the algorithm, which is about 400,000 tracks which went in. But next to this information, we also gathered airplay information. So we logged for each track how many times it played on Dutch radio station, which radio station, and when on the radio station, and how many times it was played. We got that information from Broadcast Radar, and we put that all into the big black box, which is our algorithm. And before I'm going to talk a little bit more about the outcome, I want to take you to a little technical thing about what the actual artificial intelligence does for us and how it works. And I like to keep it as light as possible, so how about this? There's a cat and there's a dog. Everybody here knows the difference between a cat and a dog. I have a daughter, she's 3 years old, and she knows really well when a certain animal is a cat or a dog. But if I ask her, why is this a cat? Or why is this a dog? She doesn't know. She cannot give me an answer because both have 4 feet, both have a tail, both have 2 eyes. So the parameters on whether to identify a certain animal as a cat or as a dog are way more difficult than that. She cannot tell me that, but she really knows how to distinguish the two. That's exactly what Google is doing and a lot of other companies with image recognition. They are also now artificial intelligence, which is able to distinguish the cat and a dog if you feed it enough pictures. I think you all know that if you have a Google Photos account or saw something going on the internet with that stuff. So what we used was similar to this. We used a neural network, which is a big black box, which is looking for all kinds of parameters and the relations between parameters to distinguish if something is X or if something is Y. In our case, is this a hit? Is this not a hit? We fed it with all kinds of information, like I told you right back, with the Spotify audio features and with the AirPlay information. And then what you need to do is you need to train it. The computer needs to find out, is a play on Radio 538 or 3FM have any influence on the fact if this song is going to be featured in the Spotify Top 200 next week? Is the BPM of any influence on that fact too? But also, does the BPM and whether or not you're played on a certain radio station affect the fact that you're going to be a hit or not? So there's, with the limited parameters we have right now, also there is a lot of connections you can see between the parameters. And that's exactly what the neural network does. We fed it information of 6 months, and it was about 1.5 million lines of data. And the computer started with just random numbers to see if it had any effect on the outcome of a song, if it became a hit or not. And by changing the random numbers, that's what the computer does, looking for the right combination of numbers it looks for, and it can make the algorithm itself and then come up with the number, whether or not something is a hit or not. And in our case, the best result we could get for the algorithm was 69%. So when HitWizard now tells you that something is going to be a hit, it is right 69% of the times. Also, that's way more easy for humans, but also for an algorithm. If something is not going to be a hit, it is right 93% of the times. But that's obvious because most songs, unfortunately, won't be a hit. But a lot of talk. I think we should show this because today is the day when we launch the public beta of HitWizard. And let's see if we get a green screen, a blue screen, or we can actually use it. Here's the website, HitWizard. And we can just try it out, see if HitWizard predicts any hits. So I put in some example songs right here. Let's go for the first one, Adele with Hello, which was a major hit a couple of months ago, I think it was. But anyone, you think it's going to be in the Spotify Top 200 next week? No. Hands? No. Let's see if HitWizard agrees. It agrees. And also, the good thing of it, it gives you a percentage of how confident it is of the prediction. And in this case, it's 59%. It's probably also because the track is played a lot on radio, so it makes it harder for HitWizard to say, well, while it's played a lot on radio, I know it's not going to be a hit next week. Another easy one. Is this a hit? You probably know this song. This is a hit. It's at the top of the charts of the Spotify Top 200. Let's try one more. Kings of Leon, Sex on Fire. It was a hit. Will it be in the Spotify Top 200? No, it won't be, and it's pretty confident it won't be. It's 48% confident, which is quite confident to say. So it actually works. What we did right now, because you might be asking, hey Art, you're saying it's 69% correct. How do you know it's 69% correct? So we fed the algorithm with 6 months of data, but then we kept a small piece of that data to test the result. And that gave us the 69% score on whether a song is going to be a hit or not, and the 93% score on if it's not a hit, if it's right in predicting that it won't be a hit. Let me find this one. Challenges, we're not there yet. Just let me disclaim what I'm telling. We're not having an algorithm that predicts hit, and you guys won't be out of a job, and you won't be out of a job in the next 10 years. So yes, today, this afternoon, it's man versus machine. Probably, maybe you're out of in the future, but for now, it's man with machine. Because the argument I can make right now is that but you should tell me if I'm right or not. Is that a lot of A&R decisions, a lot of decisions whether or not to put money in the music or to go ahead with an artist or to pick a certain song from an artist are made on gut feeling. Professionals with experience make a call and they go for it. What we're trying to do with HitWizard is see if their computer can assist you, to see if you're on the right track or not, to see if you might need to change your plan, or if you're just totally wrong, which could happen, because a lot of music in music industry that gets funded and gets released, people like me never hear about it, because it's...
And of course, yeah, this is only part of the whole A&R process, because these days, all of you know, it's all about image, it's about who you are, what you do, the whole...
Right. It's a very emotional, gut feeling.
Video thing,
Yeah. So let me wrap this up. There's three challenges for us right now with HitWizard. One, we have an unbalanced data set. Since there's so much music out there, only so much songs get featured in the Spotify Top 200. So it's a needle in a haystack situation for us, but also for the algorithm. So there's not a lot of success data in there that can help improve the algorithm. So the more hits and data from hits we have, the better the prediction will be. The other thing is bias. Is a song a hit because it's on the radio, or is a song on the radio because it's a hit? That's hard. And there's probably, it works both ways, but it also has some influence on our model, and it's something we need to figure out more. And the other thing is that we're now using AirPlay data, we're using Spotify audio features, but we need to add more data because there's more stuff out there in the world that determines whether or not a track will be a hit. The first thing we're looking at is integrating social media, like tweets, Instagram posts, etc., to see if that could help improve the performance of our model. If you go right now, maybe after the panel, we're live right now. If you go to hitwizard.nl, you can try it out. You can search for tracks, see if it predicts whether or not it's going to be a hit. So I hope you enjoy it and you try it out. If you have any feedback, there are links on the site, and we'd love to know how you feel about it. Any questions?